Ừ. Hello guys, good morning and welcome to today's class. So please, before we start with the content and some of the instructions that I have to give you, I will ask you to turn on your cameras so we can properly start with our class, okay? So
Hello.
Justin, hi. You want to say something, Justin? Okay, guys, so please, Paulette Castillo, Sebastián Rodríguez, María Llagos, Kevin Solís, Yael Vera, Juan Cedeño, George Núñez, Omar Tomalá, Elizabeth Ramírez, Elías Castillo. I need that you guys turn on your cameras, okay? I don't think that it is convenient for me to tell you each class the same thing, right? You already know that you have to turn on your cameras. So I'm gonna start passing the attendance. Before I pass attendance, I want to tell you something about the final quiz, right? Remember that I told you that probably I told you that our final quiz could be on December 10th, right? So right now, Academia de Idiomas already told me that yes, that is something that it's going to happen. Paulette, please, your camera. Jessica Lima, I can see your camera. Omar Tomalá, Andrea Molina. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, Academia de Idiomas, yes, already told me yes. The final quiz will be on December 10th. So let me give you some really good information, important information about the final quiz. Please pay attention because this is information that it will be really useful for you. Okay, so please, if you are doing something else right now, stop doing that and just pay attention to what I'm telling you. Now, right here in your Moodle platform, of course, you have the Artesia resource, you have the Zoom link, the class resources, all of this, and right here, you have this PDF file, okay? PDF file. So this PDF file, once again, Ricardo Sobrevilla, I'm gonna start putting the people away that is not turning on the camera. This is the last warning, okay? Please, I need your cameras on, guys. Otherwise, I cannot continue. Marcela, please, your camera. Okay, so I was saying that right here in this PDF file, you will find the information for the final exam, okay? You can reread it later, but right now we will cover this. So you have a really good idea on what's the deal with the final exam, okay? So let's see it. This is available for you, so if you want to check it afterwards, feel free to do it. Andrea Molina, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, Andrea, please, I need to see your camera just as you are seeing me, as you are seeing Elizabeth Ramirez. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so right here you will find this PDF with the final exam instructions, right? So right here, you have that the final exam will cover your 5 skills: writing, grammar, listening, reading, vocabulary, and finally, speaking. Now, let me make this bigger. You will have 2 parts of the exam: the written exam and the oral or speaking exam, okay? So the first part, that is the one that you will actually have to prove your writing, grammar, listening, reading, and vocabulary, will be on December 10th. This is Sunday, December 10th. And the schedule, it's from 11:30 until 1 p.m. So you will have 90 minutes to develop your quiz, okay? So once again, all of these skills are the ones that will be assessed. And even though you are seeing right here that this is the writing quiz, the writing part, it will be conducted on the Moodle platform, right? It will be 100% online. You don't have to go to Universidad Católica, right? You're gonna do it from your house, from your, I don't know, your place of work. That is up to you, okay? So to take this exam, you need to be connecting to this same Zoom session, right? To the same Zoom session, this one right here, the one that you have right here. There is not changing into the Zoom session. So you need to be in that session in order to have access to the Moodle platform. Of course, this is something that I think that I probably shouldn't mention anymore. This is obvious, but I'm gonna mention this anyway. The camera must remain on through the entire exam, not only at the beginning, not only in the middle, no, the whole time. Otherwise, your quiz will be invalid, okay? So please pay attention to this. If you know that sometimes you're having issues with your camera, well, you know that on December 10th, you cannot do that. You have to fix it. You have to borrow a camera. You have to go to somebody else's houses, but the camera needs to be on. And another thing is that you guys should be alone while you're taking the exam, right? This means that you don't have to have anybody around you, somebody that it's gonna be telling you the answer, because the exam is personal, okay? So this is only the first part. Do you have any questions about this first part of the exam? If you have any question, please raise your hand so I can answer any of your questions. Okay, no questions about the written quiz. I'm gonna move on into the oral quiz, the speaking part, okay? So the oral exam or the oral quiz will be on December the 9th. So the previous day, a day before. This will be Saturday, December 9th, okay? So this quiz will be conducted in groups. I'm gonna show you how. So you guys, each student only need to join the session, log in at the specific time, okay? And no changes, no modifications to the schedule are allowed. So right now, I'm telling you in advance that you can do some arranges, and you can do whatever you have to do so you can be in the session at the precise time I'm about to tell you. So if a student fails to join or to log in into the session at the specific time, the score that you will have is 0. You won't have any chance to do anything else, okay? Now, this is the groups for the oral quiz. For example, from Acosta to Avilés, you will have to be at the session at 9. From Cañizares until Cruz Kevin, you will have to be at the session at 9:15. Cruz Nancy until Álvaro Lara, 9:30. Jessica Lima until George Núñez, 9:45. María de Los Ángeles Parra until Cristel Saldarriaga, 10. Helen Romo until Camila Santa Cruz, 10:15. Sandra Santín until Omar Tomalá, 10:30. Daniela Vélez until Justin Zamora, 10:45. Okay, as you can see, this is going to be really quick. So it's not like a huge thing that you will have to speak about. Now, right here, you will find the possible topics that you will have for the oral quiz. As you can see, this is easy peasy. It's not a big deal. It's basically things that we have been covering before. I can either tell you, okay, talk to me about your last birthday. And I can also tell you, describe your favorite person. Or I can ask you, what are your plans for your future? Okay, Camila, you have a question.
Sí, Miss, una pregunta.
Ajá.
En base al examen oral, no sé si está muy preguntar esto, pero pensé que como es en grupo, la nota es en grupo.
No. I mean, I'm doing this because if I take, I will say if I take a student by student, it's gonna take a lot, right? So I'm making groups. So all of you guys are waiting over there and I can go, for example, okay, go Sandra Santin, tell me about your last birthday. Now go Ricardo Sobrevilla, describe your favorite person. That is a good question. And right now I'm also gonna add that in the file, that the grade, it's individual, it's personal, no groups, okay? Thank you very much, Camila, for asking that. Is that clear, Camila?
Sí, Miss, otra cosa,
Yes,
¿usted
go
nos
ahead.
tomará el examen oral?
I'm sorry?
¿Usted nos tomará el examen oral?
Yes, I am going to take, I'm gonna be there. No, another professor, that's gonna be me.
O sea, una consulta, por ejemplo, tenemos, digamos, dije 15, tenemos 15 minutos para hablar sobre un tema, cada persona que está en ese subgrupo.
Yes, exactly. So, for example, it's gonna be like 1 minute tops. But look, if you can see right here, I'm giving you guys 15 minutes because I know you, and probably you're gonna have some issues, and so that's why I'm giving you like 15 minutes, right? A window of 15 minutes so we can do things properly, okay? But I don't think that it's gonna take us more than, from all of the students, to more than 10 minutes. I will say that it's gonna be 1 minute per student. Okay, it's not a big deal. Okay, so just relax about that. Okay.
Miss, una pregunta. Y aparte de eso, aparte del examen oral, este mismo día no hay más exámenes.
No further exams, but we will have classes after 10:45. Okay, so at 10:45, we are done with the oral quiz, and then we're gonna have some classes, okay? Those classes, that content, basically, it's gonna be good because I'm gonna tell you, I'm going to prepare you on how the final quiz, the written final quiz will be, okay? I'm gonna tell you, look, guys, some of the questions are going to look like this. Some of the questions are going to look like this, okay?
Los temas que hablaremos son que están estos tres de aquí.
Yes, until this point, yes. These are the possible topics, correct.
Mi otra pregunta.
Ajá.
El día del examen oral, ¿todos tenemos que conectarnos a las 9 o nos conectamos a la hora que nos toca el examen?
You only have to be the time that you have been assigned previously. Okay, so from Acosta until Avilés at 9. Cañizares, Santa Cruz at 9:15, and so on. So when we are done at 10:45, all of you guys are going to join the session to have some classes, okay?
Y una otra pregunta, el examen oral es también el 10 de diciembre.
I already say that. I already mentioned that. I already mentioned that the final quiz will be on previous day, December the 9th. That will gonna be on Saturday. And the written quiz will be on Sunday.
Mi otra preguntita.
Ajá.
Las preguntas donde dicen examen oral, esas son las que van a tomar ese día, que describen personas favoritos y eso.
Yes, correct.
Ah, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so once again, I have some recommendations for you on that day. So your camera, I mean, I know that this is obvious, but apparently I have to repeat that as many times as I can, right? Your camera must be on all the times, and it's not gonna be like this. I know that probably this might sound silly, right? But it's not gonna be like this, right? I need to see your full face, of course, because this is a speaking quiz, and I need to see your mouth moving. Probably you're saying like, Miss Andrea is being paranoid. No, I've been through a lot that is different. You know, I've been in some cases that, for example, I say, okay, Mariana, go ahead, tell me what's your favorite person, right? And you can see that Mariana is doing this, but somebody else is speaking. So, I mean, I'm not an expert, you know, I've been in this only a few years, but at this point, I have the expertise to know whenever somebody is cheating. So please don't do that. Just go with the thing that you know that is better instead of cheating. Okay, so that is my recommendation. That is, I mean, I already told you, I don't get paid additional money if I fail you. No, I mean, for me, it's better that you guys improve your English level. Okay, so please just avoid any unethical activity. So another thing that probably it's obvious, but I'm gonna mention this anyway, is that this is an oral exam, not a written exam. Even though you have the questions, it's not to go and write a script and have it right there so you can go, for my last birthday, I went to Chili's and I ate with my family. No, I don't want you guys read. I want that you guys speak, because believe me, I will also notice that, and that is not the purpose of this exam, okay? Listen carefully to the question that myself, the teacher, asks you. And if you didn't understand the question at the first time, just feel free to tell me to repeat the question, right? Miss, can you please repeat the question so I can once again tell you? So right here, you're seeing this, right? Because whenever I gonna give you a score of the final quiz, I'm not gonna do that because I like you or because I think that you're cool. No, I'm going to do it based on this oral exam rubric. this allows me to be really objective about the score that you get. So all of these are the areas that you will be assessed of. Take a look at this so you know what are the things that I will be considered. The organization of the topic, language usage and vocabulary, pronunciation and enunciation. Pronunciation is one thing, right? For example, if you have the word, let's see, message, right? You are pronouncing that correctly. That is pronunciation, message. Enunciation is this, message, right? Una cosa es pronunciación, otra cosa es enunciation. Una cosa es que yo diga celular y otra cosa es que yo diga celular, ¿verdad? Ahí la enunciación no está correcta porque le estoy dando un estrés a una sílaba que no es. So that is something that I will be considering as well. Of course, just keep in mind, you guys are on level 3. I don't want any gringos right here. I don't have any gringos right here. You are learning. So this is not that I'm expecting that you guys speak as Adele or that you guys speak as Taylor Swift. No, I expect that you guys speak as level 3 students. Okay, just keep that in mind. Camila, do you have a question?
Sí, Miss, disculpe. Quería saber si de pronto cómo se maneja la nota total entre los dos exámenes o son dos notas diferentes.
Oh, that is a good question. Okay, so you know that the final quiz, like the whole final quiz, it's 10 points, right? 10 points. So the oral quiz, if I think that I'm correct about this. Let me just check. Let me just double check because I don't think that probably they changed this. That is a good question. Give me a second.
Teacher, tiene el micrófono.
Yeah, no. I was sending a voice message to Arturo so he can confirm what's the ponderation of each of the parts of the quiz, okay? I think that is 60-40, right? I think that the oral exam is 60 and the written exam is 40, but let me just double check so I can give you the proper information, okay? Just give me a minute, and as soon as Arturo Ramirez text me back, I will let you know. Let me check. No, I haven't passed attendance yet, George. I start with this because, once again, this is important information, okay? So please, guys, I invite you to read this rubric, okay? Read it so you can know what are the topics that I'm going to evaluate, I'm going to assess. Now, and into the, into the written exam, as I told you, right, the first part of the exam, right here you have writing, grammar, listening, blah, blah. So one part of the quiz, it's gonna ask you, write, I think that it's 115 words paragraph about your family, for example. So you will have to write a paragraph, right? So once again, I'm gonna consider this with this rubric whenever I gonna grade your writing part, okay? Cuando ustedes hagan su escrito, no es que lo voy a calificar, mira, Camila me cae bien, 10. No, lo hago también con una rúbrica, ¿verdad? And I'm going to consider, I'm going to consider these aspects, okay? So please also check this Robert. Okay, so I already got the information, so I'm gonna write it right here. Voy a tener que agregar algunas otras cositas, lo que me han ido agregando acá para que igual lo tengan presente, pero básicamente el examen oral depende de un 80%, es decir, es 8 puntos y el examen escrito son 2 puntos. Así es, porque el examen escrito, básicamente, ustedes, ahorita la academia, se los digo en español para que esto quede 100% claro. Ustedes pasan tercer nivel, cuarto nivel, quinto nivel, puede que por ahí, bien o mal, alguien nos haya ayudado. Lo digo de manera general, ya he estado en este terreno por bastante tiempo como para saber ciertas cositas y ciertos trucos que ciertos alumnos lo hacen, ¿no? Y que a veces no se detectan, pero que al fin y al cabo se están dañando a ellos mismos, ¿no? Entonces, al final del curso, cuando se pasan los 6 niveles y que básicamente ya se cierra y les tienen que dar su certificación, antes de darles la certificación, se tiene que hacer una entrevista de salida que se llama, que va a ser con el director de la academia o con Arturo, en donde no va a ser una entrevista de que se les vaya a decir, ok, díganme cuál es la fórmula química del ácido ribonucleico. No, sino que obviamente les va a decir como que cómo te fue en el curso, ok, algo breve. Y ojo, esto no es de que la Academia de Idiomas, qué pesados que son. Esto es algo que se hace normalmente en las academias de idioma, ¿no? Cuando yo obtuve mi nivel C1 de inglés, ¿verdad? Haces cursos y al final tienes que ir a un centro en donde te piden ya sea cédula o pasaporte para ver que eres la misma persona. Te sientas en una mesa con un instructor y ese instructor te comienza y te dice, hola, ¿cómo te llamas? Y desde el momento que uno se presenta, ese instructor comienza a evaluar cómo es el lenguaje que utilizas, algo similar acá. Entonces, por eso, y les vi la cara a Camila, por eso es que les hago la acotación de que por qué se da esa ponderación. Anterior, hasta hace 2 cortes, me parece, era 60-40, pero se la ha modificado a 80-20. ¿Ok? So that is why I keep pushing you guys. It's not because, you know, it's like funny for me or fun for me to tell you to speak or to ask you to read the text. No, it's because you need to speak. Right now, you are on time. I mean, I know, Miss Andrea knows perfectly who is doing fine, who is like delivering all of the workshops that I assign. I know who are turning the camera all the time without telling you, hey, please turn on your camera. I know all of that. So I have to tell you that if you know, because you know that you are doing fine, please don't let that 80% and 20% makes you feel stressed, okay? Because that is not my intention. Okay, I'm not right here to ruin your Saturday. No, I'm here to let you know all the rules and all the instructions are clear. Kenia, you have a question.
Sí, Miss, ¿la entrevista es en Guayaquil o es en línea?
I think that it will be online. I mean, I'm not sure, but I don't think that will be face-to-face, because once again, the whole thing about Academia de Idiomas is that we are getting students from all the parts of the country, right? So Academia de Idiomas, it's really aware that probably you don't have the time in your schedules to move to Guayaquil and to have the intro, okay? I don't think that is I think that it will be the same as the previous exams, okay? So please, just try to delete this perception that because the ponderation is so low, it will be really short because it is not like that, guys, okay? Look, you are investing not only time, but also money into an 8-week course. So this is something that you don't have to see as an obligation, as a mandatory thing, as something that the Academia de Idiomas is trying to make you fail. It's not like that, right? Usually, if you go to some other institution, it's gonna be like this. Thing is that in the past, probably things were not appropriate. Right now, Academia de Idiomas is trying to do things in the right way. Okay, so just take it like that. Okay, so once again, I'm going to modify some of the stuff right here. So please, my recommendation is to check this file when you have any time so you can get familiar with it, okay? The only fact that you are already listening right now to the class, believe me, is helping you with the speaking, with the listening skills. So take it easy, okay? You're still on time. And once again, I'm gonna say this in Spanish. Cuando les haga la evaluación del speaking, yo no tengo ningún gringo aquí, no espero que me hablen como Adele. Yo espero que me hablen como un alumno que ha estado 8 semanas en un nivel 3. Entonces, tampoco, veo que la pregunta de Kevin y siento que está asustado, lo cual creería que no deberías porque te he escuchado hablar y lo haces bastante bien. Ya has estado en cursos conmigo anteriormente y tu speaking es bastante bueno. So, that is only a thing that I have to mention. Now, I'm going to start passing the attendance. Look the time. So I'm going to start passing the attendance. Remember that you can either go with hello, good morning, here, or hi. Avoid present. That is for Spanish speakers, okay? So let's start with Janela Acosta.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Janela. Thank you. Frank Salmacha. I don't think that France is in this level anymore. Isabel Almeida. Isabel Almeida. Mónica Añasco.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Mónica. Thank you. Judith Avilés. Judith Avilés. Okay, Diana texts me about the, as probably you know, some of you have to go to the university because we are on quiz week, right? So that is the scenario for some students. Elias Castillo.
Good morning, teacher. Here.
Thank you very much, Elias. Paulette Castillo.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Paulette. Juan Cedeño.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Juan. Kevin Cruz.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Kevin. Nancy Cruz.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Nancy. Cristel Díaz.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Cristel. Melanie Guarco.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Melanie. Jorge Jara. Jorge Jara. Álvaro Lara. Álvaro Lara. Jessica Lima.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Jessica. Kenia Miño.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Kenia. Andrea Molina.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Andrea. Dayana Moreno.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Dayana. George Núñez.
Here.
Thank you, George. María de los Ángeles Parra.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, María de los Ángeles. Elizabeth Ramírez.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Thank you. Byron Reyes. Byron Reyes. Cristel Saldarriaga.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Cristel. Helen Romo.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Helen. Sebastián Rodríguez.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Sebastián. Diana Sánchez.
Good morning.
Good morning, Diana. Kevin Sánchez. Kevin Sánchez. Camila Santa Cruz.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Camila. Sandra Santín.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Sandra. Ricardo Sobrevilla.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Ricardo. Kevin Solís.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Kevin. Thank you. Scarlett Takuri.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Scarlett. Omar Tomalá.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Omar. Thank you. Daniela Vélez.
Good morning, teacher, present.
Good morning, Daniela. Thank you. Yael Vera.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Yael. Marcela Villegas.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Marcela. Thank you. María Llagos.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Maria. Maria, can you please show your face because I cannot see your face? Thank you very much. Aldair Zambrano. Aldair Zambrano. Justin, I think that Aldair texted.
Present, Miss.
Yeah.
Present.
Yeah, I haven't go with Justin yet. Let me just check. Aldair. No, I haven't have any. Okay, and Justin was there. Okay. Okay, guys. So once again, this is something that I keep telling you, but remember that right here, you have the access to the master list in case that you want to check your attendance, right? Right now, I hide all of the previous one because I need to pass attendance. But right here, there is the record of all of your attendance. And right here in the last part, you have the percentage attendance, right? So please remember that in order to approve this level, you need at least 17% of attendance, okay? Right now, I'm gonna hide this once again because when I pass the second hour attendance, I will need to see your names. Okay, so let's start working because it's already almost 10 and we haven't checked any of the actual material, okay? Now, last class, you guys developed, we were on this unit, right? Unit 4B. So right now we have to work on unit 4C, this one right here. So this is what we are about to cover. And as usual, you know that we have some of the sessions, but I'm going. There we go. Okay, let me check. George Núñez, your camera, please. Juan Cedeño, your camera. Okay, George, can you please read the title of the current unit?
Last weekend.
Last weekend, correct. Can you please read this conversation that we have right here? I'm going to read this one right here, George, and you are going to answer, okay? Did you do anything at the weekend?
No, nothing. I didn't do anything.
Anything. Okay. Thank you very much, George. So on unit 4C, there are 3 sections that we will cover, right? The first section, that is grammar, we will check some content related with when do we have to use the words something, anything, nothing, etc., etc. Into the vocabulary section, we will check adjective ending because some of the adjective end with ed and some of them with ing. And we will also check pronunciation into words like e, o, right? And also the pronunciation of the letter a, okay? So we can start with this, and I'm going to ask you to move to your Moodle platform, 4C. Remember, this is the current unit that we are on right now. So we will go with the first activity that is related to listening. So let's see. Scarlett Takuri, please, your camera. Scarlett, can you please read this instruction of the activity that we are about to develop? Scarlett Takuri? Okay. Scarlett, are you here? Okay, not Scarlett right here. So, Monica, can you please read the instruction?
Okay. 1B, listen to a new story about Spain and answer the question.
Correct. Thank you very much, Monica. So notice something right here, right? You know that the word new means something that you haven't opened yet, right? Like, for example, look, this keychain is new, right? As you can see, it's no open right now, and open this keychain. Look, it's a nice keychain from Universidad Católica. Now, but when we have the word news, it's kind of different because, for example, the news on Friday is that we have a new president, right? Daniel Noboa is the new president. So that is part of the news. You can see the news on Televistazo. You can see the news on Teleamazonas, right? A news reporter, it's Teresita Arboleda, for example, okay? So there is a difference between saying, let me go right here so I can make this proper. I got a new keychain. Okay, this is my new keychain. It will be different if I said I So, Daniel Novoa on the news yesterday, right? So right here, when I usually add an S, that means noticia, right? Right here, it implies something that hasn't been opened yet. Just keep that in mind. Now, right here, we will listen to an audio, right? And it's about, and the news is telling about the story of Sven. Sven, it's a guy, it's a man. Instead of saying Juan, this name is Sven. This is an an European name, Sven. And after you hear that, you will have to answer the following questions. Now, Juan, can you please read the first question?
What does Sven do?
Correct. Thank you very much, Juan. So, question number 1. Maria de los Ángeles Parra, can you please read question number 2?
What floor was his office on?
Thank you very much, Maria de los Ángeles. Dayana Moreno, can you please read question number 3?
What happened when he first pressed the leave button?
Correct. Thank you very much, Diana. And finally, let's go with Kevin Solis. Can you please read question number 4?
Oh, did he try to get help?
Thank you very much. Okay, guys. So look, when you will have to do, on December 10th, your written quiz, you will have some activities related to listening. My instruction is, before you go and click into the play button, first of all, understand the prompt or the instruction. So you have instructions, or you also have prompts, okay? A prompt is, for example, write a 150 words paragraph about your family, okay? You can tell that this is an instruction, but in English, we know this as prompts, right? It's basically that we are telling you what to do. You know that you have to go with 100 words paragraph, and it has to be about your family, okay? So first things first, when you find a listening activity, understand the instruction or the prompt. Then and only then, understand the questions that you are about to be asked. And after that, listen to the audio. One time you can listen to the audio, right, without worrying about anything else. Just listen, don't write anything, okay? So right now I'm going to play the audio and you will listen. Let's see.
2.32. Last Friday, Sven, a lawyer from Stockholm, was looking forward to a relaxing 2 days in the mountains. He and his wife had a reservation in a luxury hotel at a skiing resort, so they could spend the weekend skiing. But the weekend didn't work out exactly as they were expecting. Sven worked until late on Friday evening. His office was on the 12th floor. When he finished at 8 o'clock, he locked his office and got into the lift. And he didn't get out again until Monday morning.
I pressed the button for the ground floor and the lift started going down, but then it stopped. I pressed the button again, but nothing happened. I pressed the alarm and shouted, but nobody heard me. Most people had already gone home. I tried to phone my wife, but my mobile didn't work in the lift. I couldn't do anything. I just sat on the floor and hoped maybe somebody would realize what had happened. But on Saturday and Sunday, I knew nobody would be there. I slept most of the time to forget how hungry I was.
Meanwhile, Sven's wife, Sylvia, was waiting for her husband to come home.
I was very worried when he didn't come home on Friday evening, and I couldn't understand why his mobile wasn't working. I phoned the police and they looked for him, but they couldn't find him anywhere. I thought maybe he was with another woman.
So Sven was in the lift the whole weekend, from Friday evening until Monday morning. At 8 o'clock, when the office workers arrived, they phoned the emergency number and somebody came and repaired the lift.
I was very happy to get out. I hadn't eaten since Friday afternoon and I was very hungry. It's lucky that I'm not claustrophobic because the lift was very small. The first thing I did was to phone my wife to say that I was okay.
Sven will soon be the fittest man in his office. From now on, he's going to take the stairs every day, even though it's 12 floors.
Okay, so after the question number 4, we have additional question, right? We have, where did Sven's wife think he was? How did Sven get out of the lift? Remember that lift is a similar word to elevator. That lift is British English. On Monday morning, how did he feel? And what is Sven going to do every day now? Okay, so I'm gonna play the audio once again. And if anybody has the answer for number 1, feel free to raise your hand, okay?
2 point.
I mean, even if you don't have like the complete answer, just give me a part of the answer, okay? We are gonna try to figure it out, the complete answer right here. Let's go with number 1.
32. Last Friday, Sven, a lawyer from Stockholm, was looking forward to a relaxing 2 days in the...
Okay, I already have the answer in that part. Anybody was aware or were able to catch what does Sven do? What's his profession? Any hands?
No.
He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, correct. He's a lawyer. And I don't know if you heard the nationality of Sven. Were you able to hear that? He's the lady, the reporter, she's mentioning a city. She's saying a lawyer from...
I don't know if it says Stockholm.
Yeah.
But I don't know what is the city. I don't know how it's in Spanish.
It's Stockholm. Yes. Yes, that is why, I mean, I told you that even if you don't have the complete answer, we are going to figure it out right here, right? Because this is a new city, right? In the Spanish, okay, Estocolmo. But right here is Estocolm, okay? So let's hear it once again so you can know that she's saying this.
2.32. Last Friday, Sven, a lawyer from Stockholm, was...
Here, Stockholm. So basically, the stress syllables goes in the first syllable, Stockholm, okay? Now, we have the second question. What floor was his office on? Remember that it could be first floor, second floor, 20th floor, and so on. So let's listen.
Looking forward to a relaxing 2 days in the mountains. He and his wife had a reservation in a luxury hotel at a skiing resort, so they could spend the weekend skiing. But the weekend didn't work out exactly as they were expecting. Sven worked until late on Friday evening. His office was on the 12th floor.
right there. So what floor was
12.
12, right? Right here, you can just go with 12 floor. But if you want to practice how to properly answer this kind of question, you can go with his office, or you can go even more appropriate, Sven's office. It's on 12th floor. Okay, let's continue with number 3. Guys, this is an open activity. So right here, there is no wrong or right answers, right? You won't get any score right here. You just have to write what we are trying to list. Okay, next question. What happened when...
Miss.
Yes.
Miss.
Yes.
¿Me puede dejar ver la preguntita 2, por fin?
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what happened when he first pressed the lift button? Let's listen.
When he finished at 8 o'clock, he locked his office and got into the lift. And he didn't get out again until Monday morning.
I pressed the button for the ground floor and the lift started going down, but then it stopped.
Okay, what happened when he first pressed the lift button? Were you able to catch that?
Started to go down.
Yes, it started to going down, right? So basically, he pressed the button for the ground floor, right? In Spanish, you know that you have PV, planta baja. But in English, whenever you want to go to the lowest, right, you go with ground floor, okay? So he pressed the button for the ground floor and the lift start going down, but then it stopped, okay? I'm going to play once again this part so you can read what the answer is and you can follow this with the out.
This was on the 12th floor. When he finished at 8 o'clock, he locked his office and got into the lift. And he didn't get out again until Monday morning.
I pressed the button for the ground floor and the lift started going down, but then it stopped. I pressed the button again, but nothing happened. I pressed the alarm and shouted, but nobody heard me. Most people had already gone home. I tried to phone my wife, but my mobile didn't work in the lift.
Okay, how did he try to get help? He mentioned...
He phoned his wife.
Yes, he phoned his wife and he mentioned something else. What did he also mention? He mentioned something like he yelled, right? He tried to yell, but nobody was in the office anymore. Everybody left, right? But yes, he tried to phone his wife, but his mobile didn't work inside the lift. Now, remember something, guys. We have right here the verb phone. I already told you that phone can be used as a noun and in this occasion as a verb, right? I'm going to phone you right now. Or I can also say, I got a new phone, the iPhone 15. Let's see number 5. This is a nice one. Where did Sven's wife think he was? Okay, let's listen.
I couldn't do anything. I just sat on the floor and hoped maybe somebody would realize what had happened. But on Saturday and Sunday, I knew nobody would be there. I slept most of the time to forget how hungry I was.
Meanwhile, Sven's wife, Sylvia, was waiting for her husband to come home.
I was
Great. Right there, you're going to hear Sylvia, right? That is Sven's wife. Let's hear her answer.
I was very worried when he didn't come home on Friday evening, and I couldn't understand why his mobile wasn't working. I phoned the police and they looked for him, but they couldn't find him anywhere. I thought maybe he was with another woman.
Okay, where did Sven's wife think he was?
With another woman.
Yes, Sylvia thought that he was cheating, right? Like Sylvia, his wife, thought maybe he was with another woman, okay? And let's go with number 6. How did Sven get out of the lift on Monday morning? How did he feel? Okay, let's hear it.
So Sven was in the lift the whole weekend, from Friday evening until Monday morning. At 8 o'clock, when the office workers arrived, they phoned the emergency number and somebody came and repaired the lift.
I was very happy to get out. I hadn't eaten since Friday afternoon and I was very hungry. It's lucky that I'm not claustrophobic because the lift was very small.
Okay, Nancy, were you able to catch how did he feel?
He feel very happy to get up and lucky for no claustrophobic.
Yes, correct. Great catch. Yes, he said, I was very happy. And he also mentioned that he was hungry, of course. I mean, he didn't eat for 2 days, right? And also he mentioned that it's lucky that he was not claustrophobic. I think if that would be me, probably I wouldn't make it. I mean, I don't consider myself claustrophobic, but you know, being in a lift for 2 days, that is a lot, right? So thank you very much, Nancy. Great catch. So remember also that somebody went to the office and repaired the lift, right? And now you are going to hear what is Sven going to do every day now, okay? The reporter is mentioning the new action that Sven is going to do instead of taking the lift. Listen.
The first thing I did was to phone my wife to say that I was okay.
Sven will soon be the fittest man in his office. From now on, he's going to take the stairs every day, even though it's 12 floors.
Okay, Sebastián Rodriguez, were you able to catch what is Sven going to do every day from now?
He stays in his office.
Not really, not really. Thank you very much, Sebastián. So, Kevin Solis, were you able to catch what is Sven going to do every day for now? Okay, go ahead, Kevin. Okay, I'm going to go with Maria de Los Angeles Parra. So, Maria de Los Angeles, what is Sven going to do every day from now?
He's going to take the steps.
Correct. He's going to take the stairs. I mean, I will do that too, right? No more lifts because, you know, probably he's scared. So from now on, he's going to take the stairs, right? The stairs. You go with the stairs instead of taking the lift. Okay, let's hear that part so you can get familiar with the pronunciation.
I hadn't eaten since Friday afternoon.
Sven will soon be the fittest man in his office. From now on, he's going to take the stairs every day, even though it's 12 floors.
Sebastián?
Miss, sorry, you can repeat the answer, the
last
number
one?
3.
Number 3? Okay. Right here. He pressed the button for the ground floor and the lift starts going down, but then it stopped.
Okay, miss, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So just give me a minute because what happened right here? Okay. Give me a second because I know that some of the students arrive. Okay, I think that Judith is right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jorge Jara. Álvaro Lara, I think that you are here, right?
Yeah, miss.
Okay. Byron Reyes. Kevin Sanchez. And Aldair Zambrano.
Good morning, miss.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's continue with the next activity, guys. Before we go into the next activity, I want that you guys notice that right here, we are using some of the words that we are supposed to cover. For example, we have somebody, right? Somebody. So that is one of the terms that we are about to cover in the next part. Let me tell you what it's the deal with that. Those words, they have the name of indefinite pronouns, okay? Indefinite pronouns. Now, Cristel Saldarriaga, can you please read the definition for indefinite pronouns? This one right here, are used to talk.
Okay, are used to talk about general this is it or
referring
to a speak of person, thing, place.
Thank you very much, Cristel. So indefinite pronouns, just as Cristel just read it, are used to talk about general things instead to referring to a specific person, things, or places. So, for example, let's say that you're saying, Sophia ate my food. She was the one that ate my food. So if you don't want to mention that it was Sophia that ate your food, you can say someone ate my food. So indefinite pronouns basically are really useful if you want to gossip, because you don't have to mention the people's or the person's name, okay? Let me show you some examples right here, okay? So you can have this information clearer. So person, remember, you can either go with Sofía, Darío, Sebastián. Things, this is a thing, right? This train is also a thing. Or you can go with places, right? London, Stockholm, you can go with Sweden. You can go with the beach, your house. All of those are places. So Example right here. Let's see. Maria Llagos, can you please read this example?
Everything looks different.
Thank you very much, Maria. So everything looks different. We have the explanation. So the explanation is that everything is an indefinite pronoun. I'm not telling you what a specific thing looks different. I'm telling you that everything in this room, it's different, okay? So take a look. We use the indefinite pronouns that end with things to refer to things. Utilizamos los pronombres indefinidos que terminan en thing para referirnos a cosas. The indefinite pronouns that ends with body or one to refer to people, somebody, anybody, someone, anyone. That is to refer to people. And pronouns that end with where, we use them to refer to places. So we have many indefinite pronouns in English. Some of them are this one right here. So you can either go with something. So if you say something, this is going to refer to a thing. Somebody, this is going to refer to a person. Anything for a thing, anybody for a person, and so on, okay? Everything, everybody, nothing, nobody, somewhere, anywhere, okay? Once again, probably you have heard about the song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So somewhere, it's an indefinite pronoun for place. So let's take a look. Depending on the type of sentence that we want to express, we will have to use some of these definite pronouns, okay? This is a lot of theory, okay? We will cover this into practice as well. Just pay attention for a minute, and then we will practice this, okay? So, for example, whenever we want to refer to things, ¿verdad? Nosotros utilizamos esto cuando no queremos referirnos al nombre de la persona, al nombre de la cosa, al nombre del lugar. Y como el ejemplo que les puse anteriormente, en lugar de yo decir, Sofía se comió mi comida, ¿verdad? La estoy acusando directamente a Sofía, pero ¿qué pasa? Que yo no tengo certeza que fue ella. Yo puedo decir, alguien se comió mi comida, y no estoy siendo específica, ¿no? Yo puedo, por ejemplo, decir, vámonos a Salinas. Estoy siendo específica ahí, ¿verdad? Pero digamos que yo no tengo todavía seguro dónde ir, estamos viendo presupuesto, quién va. Entonces, vamos a algún lado. I'm not being specific, okay? So let's go back into this. So whenever you want to refer to things, you have to, whenever you have an affirmative sentence, it's appropriate to use something. I cook something for you. If you want to go with negative, in this case, you cannot use something. You cannot say, I didn't do something yesterday. No, that will be incorrect. For things in negative, you can only use anything. I didn't do anything yesterday. You can also use anything with questions. Is there anything on the fridge? It's not valid, it's not appropriate to say, is there something on the fridge? No, that wouldn't be correct. Now, you can also use nothing for a negative. Take a look. Is there anything on the fridge? No, nothing. There is nothing on the fridge, okay? There is no food on the fridge. Now, for people, we have some similar rules. For people, if you want to refer to an affirmative way, you can say, somebody took my laptop. Somebody ate my food. Somebody kissed me. I don't know who was, right? I don't know. I'm not being specific. But if you want to refer to people in a negative way, you can either use anybody or anyone. Notice that we have something, we have like an instructor or a partner. Look, whenever we go with negative, we use the word any plus the ending, anything, anybody, anyone, right? For questions, did anybody came to the party? It wouldn't be correct to say, did somebody came to the party? No, that wouldn't be correct. We only use anybody for questions. And if we want to say that there is nothing, right? No, nobody, no one. Notice that this is something similar. No thing, nobody. Remember that the ending thing is for referring to things and body is to refer to people. Similar to the places. Melanie.
I have a question.
Yes,
so nobody is only used for answers, or I can use for a question, or only any, or only the word any.
Okay, so nobody, you're asking about nobody? Yes, nobody, you can only use it to refer that there is no people right here. For example, let's say that the class, my class, is about to start, right? I usually have 40 students, but let's say that there is no people in the waiting room. Nobody is right there. So 0 students are in the waiting room. 0 students are trying to get into the class. So because there are 0 students, it means that nobody is in my class. Nadie, right? So I cannot use nobody for questions. Only to refer when I have 0 people, nobody. Same thing with nothing. When I have 0 things, 0 stuff, I'm going to use nothing. Okay. I want to grab something from the fridge. Okay, I'm going to open the fridge. That suddenly I don't have water, I don't have eggs, I don't have bread, no cheese. There is nothing. My fridge, it's empty. There is nothing right there. Okay, Melanie, is that clear?
Sí, ya entendí.
Okay. You're welcome. So that is a good question because notice that, as I told you before, there is a pattern that we follow, right? Whenever we want to say that there is 0 of something, we go nothing. Whenever we want to express there is 0 people, we say nobody, or we can also say no one. And whenever there is no places around, we say nowhere, right? Now, in this case, also we follow a pattern that whenever we have an affirmative sentence about a place, I can tell you, hey, let's go somewhere this weekend. I'm not mentioning where. I just want to go someplace. I'm not being specific. If you answer this, and if you say a negative answer about a place, you have to use anywhere, similar to right here. So when whenever you have to express yourself into negative way, referring to places, anywhere, to people, anybody, and to things, anything, okay? We didn't go anywhere this summer. You stay at home. You didn't go anywhere. You stay at Guayaquil. You didn't go to Salinas. You didn't go to Quito. You didn't go to Cuenca. You didn't go anywhere. And for questions, you can also use anywhere. Is there anywhere to stay? And Once again, right here, no, nowhere. There is no place, nowhere. There is nowhere to park, okay? So once again, this is a lot of blah, blah. I want to remember that probably this is something new for you. So if you make a mistake, don't take it in a bad way, okay? Right now, we are just learning. So let's take a look on this sentence right here. Look, she wants to live by the sea. Basically, this expression means that she wants to live close to the sea, right? Probably she wants to live in front of the sea, that she goes out by the window and she can see Chipipe, right? That is the expression by the sea. So you have the possible answers: anything, somebody, and somewhere. If we talk about sea, we are referring to people, we are referring to things, or we are referring to places? What do you think?
Places.
Places, right? Okay. So we need to go anywhere about this. We need to know that the option that I choose needs to have where on the option. So which one do you think is the correct answer right here? Somewhere. That will be the one, right? Because anything, first of all, this is for a negative sentence, and this is something affirmative. So this is not the option. Somebody and someone, I'm referring to a person. So once again, it's not valid. So the correct answer in this case will be somewhere. Now, let's see the next one. She didn't bring to the party, okay? Right here, probably you're saying, okay, I'm talking about a party. So which one do you think it could be? Okay, look, she didn't bring. We're talking about a negative sentence. So right here, I know that with negative, I can only use any, or any. It doesn't matter if it's places, people, or things. And the options we have are somebody, anything, or nowhere. Which one do you think is the correct answer?
Anything.
Anything, correct. She didn't bring anything to the party. She just went there with empty hands, right? I know a lot of people that do that kind of things. Van a una fiesta y no llevan ni las servilletas, right? So that happened in this situation. She didn't bring anything to the party. Next one, we have lives in that house. It's empty. Remember that I told you about whenever we have zero, right? Whenever we have zero, we usually go with the expression no plus the thing that we want to refer to. Nowhere, nobody, or nothing. So right here, which one do you think is the correct answer?
Nobody.
Nobody, correct. Nobody lives in that house. It's empty, right? Zero people, it's living in that house. So nobody. And the last one, let's go with, once again, we have a question. Remember, that is important that you realize. Did you go during the summer, right? I'm talking about go. So basically, I'm referring to a place. And since I'm referring to a question, I have to go with the beginning any, right? I can go with some. Some, it's only for affirmative sentences. So which one do you think right here is the correct answer?
Anywhere.
Anywhere, correct, because it's a question and where it's a place. Did you go anywhere this summer? Okay, so this is only a practice, guys. In order to have a better understanding on this, right now, first of all, remember that you always can double check this explanation. Of course, mine is better, but feel free to just check it if you want, okay? Let's go with the next activity, Grammar Bank 1A. So please listen to the pronunciation of each of these indefinite pronouns, okay? So you can probably write down the pronunciation of them. Give me a second so I can. Okay, so we have something, something, somebody, somebody, anything, anything, anybody, everything, everything, everybody, nothing, nothing, nobody, somewhere, anywhere, somewhere, anywhere. Okay, now that we know the pronunciation of this, let's go with the activity. Daniela, can you please read the instruction for the following activity?
Okay, teacher. Grammar Bank 1A. Complete with the something, anything, nothing, etc.
Thank you very much, Daniela. So yes, right here you have the possible options, right? Something that you have to consider that, for example, right here you have somebody with capital letter. So that means that this option has to go at the beginning of a sentence, okay? So right now I'm going to give you 3 minutes so you can read all of these sentences, and once you are done, you can raise your hand so you can tell me the answer, okay? Let's have 3 minutes. Okay, guys, so let's see. George, you keep turning off your camera. So remember that if you are not turning on your camera, I will have to remove you. Another thing, please, I need to see your face. I mean, this is the example that I always tell you. I mean, just imagine that all of my classes are like this. So it wouldn't be appropriate, right? So please, I need to see your face. Okay, George. So can you please read the first question?
Did you meet last night?
Which one do you think is the answer? You have like 5 minutes to do this, George.
Did you meet anybody? Do you meet somebody last night?
No, that is not the correct answer. Look, se los digo, chicos, a mí no me importa que se equivoquen, pero si les estoy dando 5 minutos para que hagan esto, es para que lo hagan mientras tenemos ese tiempo, no que en el rato que yo les diga se lo pongan a hacer, ¿ok? George, that is a strike number 1. If I catch you once again with your camera off, and if you are not doing the activities, I will have you to remove you from the classroom. ¿Ok?
Sí, quiero hacer una urgencia en mi casa, entonces tuve que ir un rato a ver. Por eso, disculpe.
I mean, no, I know, I get it. But if you are choosing to have classes in this schedule, you need to be, it's like basically like you are in a classroom, okay? So if you are not doing anything while I'm telling you to do it, so that is why I'm not doing this right away. I'm telling you that this is your first shot. The next one, I will have you to remove you from the classroom, okay? So let's see. Elizabeth Ramirez, can you please sentence number 1? I mean,
Did you meet? Huh?
It was a question. I said
Number 1.
That is a question, yes.
Did you meet somebody last night?
Okay. Remember something, Elizabeth, that whenever we're talking about questions, there is no option that we can use some, right? If there is a question, there is no place to use some. Look, whenever we have questions, it doesn't matter if it's things, people, or it's places. Look, question, it's always any, and any, okay? Some, whenever we use some, it's only for affirmative sentences, okay? So let's see, let's analyze this, okay? You have, did you meet last night? Okay, whenever you say meet, it comes from the word, let's say meeting, okay? A meeting, whenever you have a meeting with a person and you are, for example, drinking coffee or you're having beers or wine, okay? So means that you meet with a person, okay? With people. So this is gonna be related with people, Elizabeth. So let's go to the people's part. Now, this is the people word. So right here, if we have a question, which one do you think is the correct answer? Take a look. Right here is the answer. Look, Elizabeth, let me show you. So we're talking about people. Meet puede ser encontrarse, puede ser también conocer, right? So because of that, the relationship it's with a person, right? So we will have to use any of this expression, either somebody, either anybody, anyone, or nobody, okay? So right here, we have a question. Notice that we have the question mark. Which one of these do you use whenever you are applying to a question, Elizabeth? Your mic, I think, is off.
Yeah, miss.
Okay, so which one do you think is the answer, Elizabeth? Right here you have it. Just read this. Did anybody came to the party? You're using anybody. Anybody. You use anybody. Utilizas anybody, Elizabeth, cuando te refieres a personas y cuando es para preguntas. Aquí tenemos una pregunta y estamos hablando de que conoces a una persona. So, the answer will be?
Did you meet anybody? Anybody.
Anybody last night, okay? Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Now, guys, you are only, right now you are only discovering this topic. So if you don't get it right away, it doesn't matter, right? We're going to practice this and you have to practice this by yourself as well, okay? Melanie Huarco, number 2. How would you do number 2?
Somebody phoned when you were out. They're going to call back later.
Correct. This is an easy one because remember that I told you that right here we have a capital letter, right? That means that it has to be at the beginning of a sentence. Look, and this is the only one, right? But still, we're talking about phone, right? If somebody called you or phoned you, means that I'm referring to a person. So if I'm referring to a person, right, and I'm having an affirmative sentence, I have to go with somebody. Alguien te llamó mientras tú estabas afuera. Somebody phoned when you were out. Thank you very much. Let's see. Paulette Castillo, number 3, please. Paulette Castillo. Okay. Let's see. Diana Sanchez, number 3, please.
I have seen your wallet somewhere, but I can't remember where.
Thank you very much. Correct. I mean, right here, I'm talking, first of all, I have the word where, right? So this implies that I'm talking about a place. So if I go to my notes and I go right here, I know that I have to use any of these expressions. So I can go with the affirmative one, right? Because I'm referring to an affirmative sentence. So right here, it's somewhere. Thank you very much. Kenia Niño, number 4, please.
There's nothing interesting on TV tonight. Let's go out.
Correct. There is nothing, right? Basically, I'm saying that nothing. I mean, there is no Netflix, there is no TV shows, there is nothing in the TV tonight. So because this is my preposition, this is what I'm telling you to do. Let's go out. Thank you very much, Kenya. Helen Romo, number 5. Look, this is a question.
Did anybody call while I was out?
Correct. Did anybody call while I was out? So this is a question. Si yo ya tengo una pregunta, yo ya sé que el inicio de la oración que yo de la palabra que yo voy a utilizar va a ser any. Jamás de los jamases va a comenzar por some. Some es solo para afirmativos. Okay, so any, and I'm telling you about call, right? You talk to people. So because of that, anybody call while I was out. Mónica Añasco, number 6.
Okay. Did you go nowhere? Exciting the weekend?
Okay. So we have where, right? Because we're talking about basically if you go to any place at the weekend. That. I'm going to tell you something. Remember that since we are right here in the places, right? Look, what's the expression that we need to use in the places, Monica, right? So how would you do this instead?
Anywhere.
Correct, anywhere. Remember that you use the words that starts with no. Cuando utilizamos la expresión que inicia con no, nowhere, nobody or nothing, es cuando hay cero existencias de cosas, personas o lugares. Nothing, no hay nada. Nowhere, en ningún lugar, no hay lugar. Nobody, no hay personas, nadie. ¿Ok? Thank you very much, Mónica.
Es que lo que pasa, no sé si ahí no hay para escoger anywhere. Me equivoco.
Déjame ver.
Ajá, por eso lo puse.
Sí, es verdad. Es verdad.
Pero entonces ponemos anywhere. Okay.
Sí, sabes que aquí me marca como que fuera, did you go somewhere exciting this weekend? Sería como que fuera esta. Que es aceptable, pero en lo que nos estamos basando ahorita, pónganle anywhere, ¿ok? Eso sería lo correcto. Y gracias por indicarme eso, Mónica, porque puede que le haya causado la misma confusión a tus compañeros.
Okay.
Pero
Sí.
Ahí no saldría como que error, ¿no?
Sí, les va a salir error, pero ya, o sea, por términos de lo que estamos haciendo, lo vamos a dejar ahí, ya, así les salga error, no hay ningún problema, ¿sí? Yo lo cambio después. Okay, did you go anywhere exciting this weekend? Okay. Number 7, let's go with Yael.
Okay. If about you somewhere.
Okay, look, I'm talking about Christmas, right? So if I'm talking about Christmas, basically I'm talking about presents. Like, for example, some body lotion, a perfume, or probably some makeup. So I'm talking about things, okay? So, yes. Which one do you think it is?
Something.
Correct. I bought something really nice for Christmas. Thank you very much, Yael. Let's go with Juan, number 8.
I rang the doorbell, but nobody answered.
Correct. Right here, there is a mistake. There is no doorbell. Basically, the translator, the traduction for this is la puerta del infierno, but no. It's basically doorbell, right? Doorbell timbre. So this is a mistake right here. But Juan's answer, it's correct. Nobody answered. Kevin Cruz, number 9, please.
Yeah, we went shopping, but we didn't buy anything.
Correct. See that you have a great pronunciation. I don't know why you are so concerned about your oral quiz. You're going to do it just fine, so relax. Thank you very much, Kevin. Number 10, Sandra Santin.
There's nowhere more expensive than London.
Correct. Great catch, Sandra. No, there's nowhere more expensive than London. So basically, I'm telling you that London is the most expensive place in the world. There is no other place that it's the same as London, right? That is a really great catch, Sandra. Thank you very much.
Teacher.
Okay. Camila.
No, Daniela, in the number 6 is number 6 is did you go somewhere exciting at the weekend?
Yes, I mean, esa es la manera que lo ha seteado el Moodle, ¿verdad? Si ustedes desean, pónganlo así, pero nosotros no está correcto, no es que está mal, es una expresión que se suele usar, pero nosotros lo estamos recién comprendiendo, entonces lo vamos a seguir de acuerdo a las reglas, ¿ya? Si le quieren poner somewhere para que les detecte todo bien, pues háganlo. Pero la respuesta en este caso es anywhere, ¿ok? Si ustedes quieren ponerle somewhere, go ahead.
Es una cosa, le puedo decir. Puedo decir una cosa. Ahorita voy a desconectarme un momento porque me voy a conectar desde otro dispositivo.
Ok.
Ya,
Okay.
gracias.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. Okay, now I'm going to have, this is only something that I want to mention, guys. And I know that probably I'm being annoying about this, but do not forget to make some progress on your Alticia platform, okay? Not only because that is part of your grading categories, but also because I have mentioned this before. You know, we have only 2 days a week, 4 hours per day, right? That means that you are with me and you are interacting in English only 8 hours a week. Believe me, that is not enough. If you want to get better, yes, this is a good start, but please go to Alticia because that is a really good platform to improve your English level. Probably you're saying, no, but I have been in Duolingo. So Duolingo is amazing too. Yes, probably that is nice as well. But right here, the Academia de Idiomas, it's giving you this amazing platform that will not only be part of your grading, but will also be part of your improving in your level of English, okay? That is my recommendation. Now, let's go to the next activity. Give me a second because, okay. Okay, now let's move on into the next activity that right here, it's related to pronunciation, okay? So as I told you, this is the one that we are going to cover right now, 3E. So right here we have these sounds, right? Like egg, phone, o, and up. Okay, so basically what you guys are asked right now is that, for example, you have nobody knows where he goes, okay? So right here, let me check. So we have nobody knows where he goes. So which one do you think is the sound that we are having right here? E, O, or A?
Oh.
Oh, correct. That is I will say that the sound that is across the whole sentence. Nobody knows where he goes, okay? So in this case, will be letter B. Let's see. Scarlett, can you please repeat the sentence?
Nobody knows where he goes.
Nobody knows where he goes. Correct. Thank you very much, Scarlett. Let's continue with the next one. Somebody is coming to lunch. Somebody is coming to lunch. So notice the word lunch. It makes the same sound as o, or a. Which one do you think it is?
A.
Look, somebody's coming to lunch. Lunch. Egg, phone, up.
Letter C.
Letter C, correct. I mean, guys, esto aquí no es que es de, se los estoy pronunciando porque es más que nada para saber cuál es el sonido que hacen ciertas palabras, como goes, phone, lunch, up, right? Ese es todo el objetivo de este tipo de actividades, okay? Now, let's see the next one. I never set. En este caso, la palabra que tenemos que escucharla es set. I never set anything. Set. Egg. Phone. Up. Which one do you think it is?
Egg.
Egg. Correct. Egg. This is the one. Egg. Now, let's see the next one. I've done anything since Sunday. Sunday. So, listen. Egg, phone, up. Sunday.
B.
I'm not saying Sunday. This is phone, right? I'm not saying phone. Sí, right?
Sí.
Es como un sonido más seco. Up. Sunday, okay? Let me... Then we have number 5. Let me go right here. Number 5. Don't anybody tell you about the message. Message. So listen, message. Egg, phone, up.
A.
A, correct. Egg, right? And the last one, let's go with there's nowhere except home. Home. Egg,
On letter B.
correct. Now you got it. Now you got it. Okay. Es que as you can see right here, you have what sound do the pink letters make, right? So in this case, we are going with this one, then with this one, then with this one, Sunday, message, and home, okay? That's why I was the one that I was telling the sentences. Okay, so please check the answers. B, C, A, C, A, B. Okay, so right here we have a reading activity, okay? And it's this one right here. It's related to this reading right here. So let's go with 4B. Please, guys, don't go into the activity if I not tell you to do, okay? So, Jessica Lima, can you please read the instruction?
Read the circle shows the correct answers.
Answer. Thank you very much, Jessica. Okay, so this is the article right here, and right here we have the possible answer. The good thing is that we have the answers already right here, okay? So let's see. Yael Vera. Yael, can you please read the first, I will say, a statement?
The survey has shown that 25% of people.
Thank you very much. So all of these are about the answers, right? Survey, right? This is whenever you ask a lot of people a question and then you do the statistics, right? That you do the maths. Okay, 3 out of 10 people prefer going out at the weekends. That is the survey. Now, Nancy Cruz, can you please read number 2?
Number 2.
Yes. This one right here.
Is 30% of the people they interview.
Yes, correct. Thank you very much. So 30% of the people they interview didn't want to go out the weekend, needed to go to work at the weekend, had a very tiring week. Next one. Sandra Santin, can you please go with number 3?
Some people don't tell the truth about their weekend because.
Thank you very much. So some people don't tell the truth, right? True, it's you're saying something valid, right? Right? You have true, or you can also be lying about something, right? And the possible answers are: the real weekend is very boring. They don't want to make their friends jealous. They forget what they have done. Then you have number 4. I'm going to ask Elias Castillo, can you please point your camera to your face? I can see your face. Elias? Okay, not Elias right here. Elias? Elias Castillo? Okay, Analia Aviles, can you please read number 4?
Social networking sites make people.
Thank you very much. So whenever I refer to social networking sites, remember that we talk about LinkedIn, we talk about Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, okay? Be more truthful about their lives. Try to make their lives seem more exciting and spend more time on the computer, okay? So now that we know the possible answers, I'm going to ask any volunteer that wants to help reading the article. If you want to go, please raise your hand so you can read the article. Elias, are you there? Elias Castillo?
Miss, ¿usted cree que me podría dar un ratito apagar la cámara porque corrí algo con mi perrita, por favor?
Yeah, of course, go ahead. Okay, Elias, once again, this is me trying to reach you. What's going on? I can hear you. I don't know if you're... Okay, Elias, I will have to remove you because I cannot hear you. Can you please tell me what's going on? Okay, I do have some volunteers. Daniela, okay, you, Daniela, are going to read the introduction, I mean this question and the introduction, okay?
Miss, leo todo.
No, only the question and the introduction of the article.
Okay. What did you really do at the weekend? The next time a friend or college tells you about their fantastic weekend, wait a moment before you start feeling jealous. Maybe they are inventing it all.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniela. Now, I need some, I need another volunteer to read the first paragraph. Do I have any volunteer for that? Okay, let me check. Okay, I do have some volunteers, my mistake. Cristel Diaz. So you will read from a survey until we can. Okay, go ahead.
A survey of 500 adults in the UK has shown that 1 person in 4 events details about their weekend because they want to impress their friends. When they are asked, did you have a good weekend? They don't like to say that they just stayed at home and watched TV because it sounds boring. So they invent the details. The most common lie that people thought was, I went out on Saturday night, when really they didn't go anywhere. Other common lies were, I had a romantic meal, I went to a party, and I went away for the weekend.
Okay, amazing. Thank you very much. Let's continue with the next paragraph. Thank you, Cristel. Let's go with Juan Cedeño. From in fact until week.
In fact, in the survey, 30% of people who answer the question say that they spend their weekend sleeping or resting because they were so tired at the end of the week.
Thank you very much, Juan. Now let's continue with the next volunteer, Sandra Santin. You will read from another 30% until tiring week at work.
Another 30% cite that they needn't to work or study at the weekend. Psychologist Corinne Squid says that people often don't tell the truth about their weekends because we don't want to feel that everyone else is having a better time than us. If we have had a boring weekend doing housework.
Okay, thank you very much, Sandra. And let's go finally with Scarlett Takuri. Scarlett, you will go from she also until the very end of the paragraph.
She also believes that networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter may be encouraging us to invent the times about our social lives. People and create an illusion of who they want to be and the life they want to live, says Courtney, and of course, on that life so thing existing.
Thank you very much, Scarlett. Okay, guys. So right there, you have the article, right? You already know also right here the answers that you have to answer. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes, right? Even though that your classmates already read this, but anyway, so you can analyze what's the deal with this. Listen something, guys. The final quiz, the reading part, it's similar to this structure, right? You will get an article and then you will have to answer to questions like this with multiple answers, okay? So this is a good practice for the final quiz. So let's have 3 minutes so you guys can answer to the questions. Okay, guys, I'm going to get a call from Alfonso. So please give me a minute because I need to talk to him, okay? Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. That was something that I have to fix because there is some people mistaking it that hay gente que está a distancia y hoy no se ha podido conectar, entonces estábamos hablando eso con Alfonso, okay? So I'm so sorry for taking some of your minutes. Now, I only have 1 minute left, so probably this is gonna close eventually. But anyway, I'm going to ask to the volunteers that I have about number 1. So Aldair Zambrano, according to you, what's the answer for the first question?
Okay, the survey has shown that 25% of people lie about their weekend.
Yes, correct. And I think that that is true, right? Thank you very much, Aldair. Kevin Cruz, what about number 2?
30% of the people they interviewed were needed to go to work at the weekend.
Correct. That is the correct answer. Thank you, Kevin. Kenia Miño, what about number 3?
¿Leo toda la pregunta y la respuesta?
Yes, correct.
Some people don't tell the truth about their weekend because their real weekend is very boring.
Correct. The real weekend, it's very boring. Amazing. Thank you, Kenya. And finally, Gianna Iturralde, number 4.
Social networking sites make people try to make their lives seem more exciting.
More exciting, correct. Thank you very much, guys. So these are the correct answers. And I want to tell you something about this word, right? That probably the students that have been with me in the past levels already know this, right? But I'm gonna repeat this once again because sometimes there is some confusion with this word lives, okay? Let me just go right here. I'm gonna try to make this as clear as possible, but probably you're gonna be like, what is Miss Andrea talking? But let me just go with this, right? So for example, if you said, I live in Guayaquil, in this situation, the pronunciation of this is live, right? Live. And in this case, live, it's a verb. I live, you live in Guayaquil, she lives in Guayaquil, he lives in Guayaquil, and so on, right? But there is another word that sometimes people mistake. It's my life. Don't mess with me, right? Like I'm being really rude right here. It's my life. There is even a John Bon Jovi song that says it's my life, right? So in this particular situation, life, the pronunciation is life, and it's not a verb. It's a noun, right? It's my life, so don't mess with it. Es mi vida, no te metas, right? So in this situation, it's live, a verb, and life, a noun. Now, there is another thing that you should notice right here. You have their lives, their life. Thing is that when this noun, you make it plural, so you're talking not about one life, but 2 or more lives, it goes like this. Their lives are messy, right? Their lives. So right here, I'm using a noun and it's plural, right? So this and this is the same, but in this situation, this is singular. It's my life, and in this situation, it's plural. Their lives. Su vida, sus vidas. But right here, I know that probably English, it's kind of tricky, but you know, it's a language. We have stuff like this in Spanish as well. So don't do any faces at this. So you can say, I live in Guayaquil. She lives in Guayaquil. Okay, so just I want to make that clear. Okay, we're gonna probably keep using this eventually, but I want to make this clear. Now, let's go to the next activity of this unit. Okay, the next activity is this one right here, but stop right now. You guys don't do that yet because I want to tell you about adjective. Okay, who can tell me what an adjective is? Or who can tell me an example of an adjective? We have many adjectives. So can you give me only one example of an adjective?
Boring.
Boring, correct, boring. I hope that you are not referring that my class is boring, but yes, boring is an adjective, right? Boring, it's describing a noun. So basically an adjective, it's any word that you use to describe a noun. So I will say that this mug is white. White, the color, it's also an adjective, okay? So now that we already know this, we have some adjectives that have different endings, right? Because you can say, for example, as the example that you just heard, you can say either bored or you can either say boring. So depending on the ending, it's gonna depend on the situation I'm using the adjective, okay? So what happens if you use the wrong ending? You're gonna have like a huge mistake right there. You're gonna have a huge problem because take a look. I am interested. So this means that you are enjoying the topic, that you like the topic. But if you're saying, I am interested, this is, I am really nice to people. I mean, I'm good looking, you know, everybody's watching. So it's different. Notice right here, it's like somebody's talking to about probably cryptocurrency, okay? Or they are talking about Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter, right? The owner of X, Elon Musk. So you're saying, yes, I'm interested in the topic, right? But it will be different if you say, I'm interested. That will mean a different thing. Yo estoy interesada. Yo soy interesante. So men, notice that there is a huge gap. There's a huge difference. Now, let's see the next example. The party was terrible. I was so bored. This means that the atmosphere, the people, the music weren't very good. I'm referring to the party, what happened with the party. I mean, probably they were playing a lot of Bad Bunny, right? And you know, you don't like that sound. So because of that, you're saying the party was terrible. But if you said, the party was terrible, I was so boring, basically is that you were the reason that that party was terrible, right? La fiesta estaba terrible, ¿verdad? La música, todo estaba como que aburrido. Pero en este caso, el que yo diga boring means that there is something wrong with me, okay? Let me tell you more about what's the difference between these two things, okay? So right here, you have the differences. Let me just ask, Melanie, can you please read whenever we use adjective with ed? Can you read the explanation and the example?
We use adjectives ending in ed to describe how people feel. She's very excited about her upcoming trip to Australia.
Thank you very much, Melanie. So just as Melanie just said, right? Whenever I want to express how I feel, I will use adjective ending with ed. I'm so excited. I'm so bored, right? Because that is my point of view. That is something that is happening with me. Now, let's see. Helen Romo, can you please read the explanation for the ing adjective? Explanation and also the example.
We use adjective in
ing
ing to describe the thing, situation, place, or person that makes us feel that way. Her upcoming trip to Australia is very
exciting.
Very exciting.
Thank you very much, Helen. Just give me a second, Camila. So, for example, if I will say, I'm excited because of the trip to Australia, that means that that is my thing, right? That is the things that I'm feeling. It will be different if I was saying that the upcoming trip to Australia, it's very exciting, right? So the whole situation right there in Australia, I'm gonna be doing a lot of activity. The whole situation is the one that is exciting. Okay, Camila, you had a question?
No, Miss, es que le quería comentar algo. Lo que pasa es que yo 12:20 tengo una cita médica. Entonces ya mismo me voy a desconectar de la laptop, pero estaré conectada del celular y tendrá apagada la cámara, Miss.
Okay, okay, Camila, thank you for letting me know.
Listo, Miss.
Okay, so once again, this is something probably new for you. So let's just practice right here. So if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter, okay? But let's try to understand the context. Remember, we use adjective, okay? I'm gonna write it right here. ED, how I feel. And with ing, it's when describe the situation or place or any other thing that is not me, okay? Let's see the first one. Take a look. We have, I love surfing. Take a look. I'm talking about surfing. It's an amazing or an amazing feeling. So right here, I'm talking about surfing. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Amazing or amaze?
Amazing.
Amazing, right? Because I'm talking about surfing. I'm not telling you how I feel. I'm referring on how surfing is. It will be different if I will be saying I'm amazed by surfing, right? It's because that is my situation. But right now, I'm talking about how cool it's surfing on the waves. Okay, let's see the next one. So let me highlight this. That was not the thing that I was trying to do. There we go. Now, let's go the next one. Look, she was very, you can either go annoying or annoyed with him for not telling her the truth. I'm talking about a feeling, something that she was feeling. So which one do you think it is? Annoying or annoyed?
Annoyed.
Annoyed, correct. Because once again, I'm talking about how somebody is feeling. Right here, it's not only about I, it's about a person feels, okay? How I feel or how a person feels, okay? So right here, I'm talking about that she was feeling some things. She was very annoyed with him for not telling the truth. Let's see the next one. The students are very disappointing or disappointed about the exam results. I'm talking about how the students feel. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Disappointing or disappointed?
Disappointed.
Disappointed, correct. Because, once again, I'm talking about the students feeling. Let's see the next one. Now, my teacher is very boring or very bored. He speaks so slowly that we just want to sleep. Right now, I'm describing how my teacher is. I'm not telling what I'm feeling. I'm not telling any of those things. So which one do you think it is? It's boring or bored?
Boring.
Boring.
Correct. I'm describing that boring teacher. Let's see the next one. This year, all the presents that I got for Christmas were very disappointing or disappointed. I'm describing the presents. I'm not telling you how I felt for getting those presents. So which one do you think it is the right answer?
Disappointing.
Disappointing.
Disappointing, correct. Let's go with the next one. Let me go and make this green. No, this is not the correct one. Okay. He's a very interesting or a very interested man. He's traveled all around the world. Notice that I'm describing this man. I'm telling you, yes, he has traveled all around the world, blah, blah, blah. So which one do you think I have to use? Interesting or interested? Interesting, because I'm describing this guy. I'm not telling, if I would say interested, yo diría que es un interesado, básicamente. Right here, I'm saying that it's interesting. I'm describing the man. Okay, I'm not telling the way he is. I'm not telling how he feels. So this is the correct answer. Let me make this bigger. There we go. Now, we have the next one. I was so, and we have surprising, or you can also go with, I was so surprised to see her. She wasn't supposed to be there. I'm describing my emotions. I'm describing my feelings. Which one do you think it is? Surprising or surprised?
Surprise.
Surprise, correct. Right. I'm describing how I feel, okay? Next one. Teenagers get very, in this case, you can either go with embarrassing, or embarrassed. Avergonzados. Avergonzados,
Embarrassing.
which one? This one, right? Because I'm I'm telling you how the teenagers are feeling, right? And finally, you have in the photo, you can see the shocking or the shocked image of what seems to be a ghost. So I'm describing the picture. Shocking or shocked?
Shocking.
Shocking.
Okay, I know that you are not always going to have me telling you if you are describing the situation or you are telling how you feel, right? but this is a good help to understand basically in which situations do you use ing adjective and in which situations you use ed adjective. Now, let's go to the next activity that is actually related with this content, okay? So we are going to do activity CV. You have this activity right here. Skip it. We are not going to do this. Just go right here. Please, guys, do not open. I don't know who opened. La persona que abrió ese ejercicio necesita que se lo resete or we are all fine. No? Okay. Yes? No? Okay.
Yes.
Who was it? So I guess that Elizabeth.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Okay, let's go back to the exercise. And right here, you have to do the same thing that we were doing before, right? So, Elias Castillo. Elias, I cannot see your face, please. I need that your camera point your face. Thank you. So, Elias, can you please read the instruction for this exercise?
Ya, en cuanto a la cámara es que no puedo bajarla mucho porque no sé si está un poco dañada y también la anterior vez que me preguntó no me cogía tuve que literal desconectarla, el micrófono.
Ok,
Ya.
Elías, un ratito, por favor. Mira que estamos semana 6. Tienes
Ok,
2
sí,
semanas
sí.
para poder procurar arreglar eso y que no tengas ningún tipo de problema en el examen. ¿Ok? Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Click the right adjective in the question 1 or 10.
1 to 10. Yes, correct. Thank you very much. So right here, you will do the exact same thing, okay? Take your time and analyze the situation. Do you think, for example, for example, you have, do you think Sundays are usually, and then you have to analyze, okay, I'm talking about how I feel on Sundays, or I am talking about how Sundays are. I'm describing Sundays, okay? So you are going to try to analyze each of these questions and then choose the right adjective, okay? I'm going to give you 3 minutes and then we can check your answers. Okay, guys, so let's go with the first volunteer. So, Cristel, you are going to read the whole question with the right answer. Okay, go ahead.
Do you think sometimes are usually worrying?
Boring, correct. Great pronunciation, right? This one it's bored. This one it's boring. Thank you very much, Cristel. Mónica Añasco, number 2, please.
Are you bored with your job or study?
Correct. This one right here, right? We have bored and boring. Bored and boring. Thank you very much, Mónica. Number 3, Scarlett Takuri.
What kind of weather makes you feel depressed?
Depressed or depressing?
Depressed.
Depressed, correct. That is the correct one. Thank you very much, Scarlett. So this one right here, it's depressed. And this one right here, it's depressing. Okay. Thank you very much, Scarlett. Andrea Molina. Andrea Molina. Are you there? Okay, George Núñez, number 4, please.
Why do you think the news is often?
Give me a second, George. I think that you can join with the microphone on. Okay, now go ahead, George.
Yeah, why do you think the news is often depressing?
Depressing, correct. This one is the correct answer. Thank you very much, George. Now, Maria Llagos, can you please go with number 5?
What activity do you think most relax?
Okay, which one do you think it is? Relax or relaxing?
Relaxing.
Relaxing, correct. Okay, the pronunciation of this, guys, it's fine. Fine. Okay, thank you very much, Maria. Now, let's continue with, let me go, Sebastián Rodríguez, number 6.
Do you usually feel relaxed at the end of the weekend?
Correct. Thank you very much, Sebastián. So, once again, remember, this one is relaxed. This one is relaxing. Sandra Santin, number 7.
Yeah. What is the most interesting book you read recently?
Recently, correct. Great job. So it's interesting. Okay. This one is interesting and interested. Okay. So just remember that at the end, you either go with "ak" or you either go with "n." And well, the pronunciation of this is recently. Recently. Number 8, Cristel Diaz.
What sport are you interested in?
Correct. This one right here. What sports are you interested in? Thank you, Cristel. So, Andrea Molina, are you there? Okay, I'm going to continue then with Nancy Cruz, number 9.
Are you excited about your next holiday?
Correct. Excited. right? With ED. Thank you, Nancy. Remember, this one is excited. This one is exciting. And finally, let's go with Kenia Niño.
What's the most exciting sport match you ever watched?
Correct. Exciting. Amazing job, guys. I think that you already got this topic. Okay, so let's click into finish the 10. And I'm going to ask once again, Andrea Molina, are you right there? Okay, question, Frank Salmache, Yanela Acosta.
Here, Miss.
Yanela. Isabel Almeida.
Here.
Thank you, Isabel. Mónica Añasco.
Here.
Thank you, Mónica. Judith Avilés.
Here.
Thank you. Diana Cañizares. Elías Castillo.
Here.
Thank you, Elías. Paulette Castillo.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Paulette. Juan Diego Cedeño.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Juan Diego. Kevin Cruz.
Here.
Thank you. Nancy Cruz.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Nancy. Cristel Díaz.
Here.
Thank you, Cristel. Melanie Huarco.
Here.
Thank you. Jorge Jara. Jorge Jara. Álvaro Lara.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Álvaro. Jessica Lima.
Here, Miss. ¿Por qué
Thank
tengo falta en la primera hora, Miss?
Porque no, yo pasé lista y no estabas.
No, sí, yo sí desde la primera hora, sino que a las 9:30 tuve que me desconecté por el internet. Es más, tengo la captura, si puedo hacerla juntos, se la mando por WhatsApp.
Sí,
Pero
envíame,
estuve-
porque yo pasé la
Claro.
lista 9:50, me parece,
Sí,
y no
sí,
estabas.
porque estaba explicando lo del examen, yo estuve presente igual.
Okay. Just
Listo, gracias.
send me the capture. Okay. Let's see. Andrea Molina. Dayana Moreno. Dayana Moreno. George Núñez.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, George. María de Los Ángeles Parra.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, María de Los Ángeles. Elizabeth Ramírez. Thank you, Elizabeth. Byron Reyes. Cristel Saldarriaga. Thank you, Cristel. Helen Romo.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Helen. Sebastián Rodríguez.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Sebastián. Gianna Sánchez.
Present.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
here.
Yes, thank you, Gianna. Kevin Sánchez. Camila Santa Cruz. I think that Camila, no, Camila, you there? Sandra Santín.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Sandra. Ricardo Sobrevilla, attended his text. Kevin Solís.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Kevin. Scarlett Takuri.
Hear me.
Thank you, Scarlett. Omar Tomala.
Hi, teacher.
Thank you. Hi. Daniela Vélez.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Daniela. Yael Vera.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Yael. Marcela Villegas.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, Marcela. María Llagos.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, María. Aldair Zambrano.
Hi, miss. Here.
Hi, Aldair. Justin Zamora.
Hi, Miss.
Thank you, Justin. Let's continue with the next activity. I know that I haven't give you any break, but I need to move forward because let's remember that we lose a whole weekend, so I don't want to lose any of the content, okay? So let's go into Unit 5A. So let's see. Omar Tomala, can you please read the title for Unit 5A?
Yes, teacher. No time for anything.
No time for anything, correct. Can you please read the answer? I'm going to ask the question. Are we living faster?
Yo mismo.
Yes, can you please read that?
Okay.
I already read the question, go with the answer.
Okay. Yes, we need to slow down.
Thank you very much, Omar. So right here, guys, we are going to check comparative adjective. Okay, this is a really nice topic. Is, I would say, a new topic, and this is grammar content. Okay, so pay attention because most likely you will have this kind of content on your final quiz. We will also check into the vocabulary section time expressions such as spend time, and into the pronunciation section we will check pronunciation of sentence stress. Okay, now let's see the first activity that it's related with reading and vocabulary of time expression. Let's open activity 1A. Isabel Almeida, can you please read the instruction of this following activity?
Yes. Read an article about living faster and match the headings to the paragraphs.
Thank you very much. So right here, you have the word headings, okay? For example, let me see this. Let me show you what headings are. Everything is in English, but anyway. Okay, so right here, we have some news, right? And right here, you have even a picture. And right here, you have all of the article that they are mentioning. But this one right here, it's the heading, right? This is the head, the principal part of the article. the hell of studying in Duran, the most dangerous city in Ecuador. We're afraid it's like living in a war zone. This is the heading section of the article, okay? Now you know, and right here, that is the thing that you need to read the article and try to match which one of all of these possible headings belong to each of the paragraphs. For example, we have no time for a Snow White, right? Snow White. No time to write. No time to wait. More time on the road. No time for Van Gogh. No time to stop, okay? So we have 6 paragraphs, and right now, as usual, I'm going to ask any volunteer that would like to read the first, the second, the third, and so on, all of the paragraphs. If you want to go, please raise your hand so you can read the article. Jessica, can you please read the first paragraph?
People is considered around the world while 10% more quitting than the quickly that they did 20 years out. Singapore award-winning Busning Center is top of the list for fast workers.
Thank you very much, Jessica. So that was number 1, okay? Now, let's see, number 2, who hasn't, let's see, Maria de Los Angeles Parra, can you please go with number 2?
In USA, there is a book called 1 Minute Bedtime Histories for Children. These are shortened versions of traditional stories, especially written for busy parents who need to save time.
Correct. Thank you very much, Maria de Los Angeles. Let's go number 4, Analia Judith Aviles. Number 3, please.
People aren't as patient as they were in the past. If the lift takes more than 15 seconds to arrive, people get very impatient because they think they're wasting time. It's exactly the same when an internet page does not open immediately.
Correct. Thank you very much, Judith. Let's go with number 4, Elias Castillo, please.
Number 4 is grading communication on the internet is getting shorter and shorter and using more and more abbreviations like bye for now or no problem. Twitter only allows you use 140 characters, and no new social networking site has a limit of just 10 words.
Thank you very much, Elias. Notice what Elias is doing, right? Elias no pronuncia bien a la primera, pero la vuelve a pronunciar y la pronuncia mejor, right? So that is something that you should be doing. That is why you are reading right here. If you cannot pronounce the word at the very first try, go ahead, okay? Take it easy. Try to read through the word, okay? Thank you very much, Elias. Number 5, Scarlett Takuri.
Even in our free time, we do things in a hurry. 20 years ago, when people went to art galleries, they spent the seconds looking at each picture. Today, they spend much less time, just 3 seconds.
Thank you very much, Scarlett. George, you want to go next?
3, no?
Yes, 6.
Perdón. Yeah. Our cars are faster, but the traffic is worse, so we drive more slowly. The average speed of cars in New York City is 15 kilometers. We spend more time than ever sitting in our cars, feeling stressed because we aren't going to arrive on time.
Thank you very much, George. Okay, guys, so right here you have 6 paragraphs, okay? They are talking about different times. I'm so sorry. They're talking about different topics, different things. But thing is that people right now, they don't have time for anything, right? So your duty right now is to try to match each of this paragraph with these headings. For example, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if you're familiar with Snow White. I mean, who isn't, right? You know who Snow White is. She's a Disney princess, right? You go with Snow White and the 7 dwarf, right? So she's a Snow White, okay? Now you remember who she is. And I'm gonna tell you which one is for this one. Look, no time for Snow White. So if you go to number 2, take a look. We have in the USA, there is a book called 1 Minute Bedtime Stories. So a bedtime stories is the one that parents read to the children when they are already laying in bed, right? Before they go to sleep. Bedtime stories for children. These are shorter versions of traditional stories, especially written for busy parents who need to save time. So this is related with the heading, no time for Snow White, okay? So you are going to do the exact same thing with the remaining options, okay? I'm going to give you 3 minutes so you can choose it and then we check the answer. Okay, guys, so number 2, it's already done. So let's start with number 1. Let me check who the volunteers are. Okay, Nancy Cruz, which one do you think is the correct answer for no time to write? Can you please read the paragraph?
It's a number 4.
Okay.
Written communication on the internet is getting shorter and shorter, and using more and more abbreviations like BFN, bye for now, or MP, no problem. Twitter only allows you to use 140 characters, and now a new social networking site has a limit of just 10 words.
Thank you very much. Great job and great pronunciation, Nancy. So yes, it's number 2, no time to write. Great job. Let's continue with the next student, Kevin Cruz. Which one do you think is the one for no time to wait? Please read the paragraph.
Yeah, no time to wait. 3. People aren't as patient as they were in the past. If the lift takes more than 50 seconds to arrive, people get very impatient.
Correct.
Impatient because they think they're wasting time. It's exactly the same when an internet page does not open immediately.
Correct. Look that right here you have 2 opposite adjectives. You have patient and impatient, right? So these are opposite. Patient, impatient. Thank you very much, Kevin. Let's continue with number 4. Kenia Miño, which one do you think is more time on the road? Please read the paragraph.
The number 6.
Okay.
¿Puede bajarle para leerle?
Yes, of
Really,
course.
yeah.
There you go.
Our cars are faster, but the traffic is worse. So we drive more slowly. The average speed of cars in New York City is 15
kilometers
per hour. We spend more time than everything in our cars, feeling stressed because we aren't going to arrive on time.
Correct. Thank you, Kenya. Look right here that we have an adjective. We can either say stress or stressing, right? But we're talking about feelings, so we use stress. Now let's go with Melanie Huarco. What about no time for Van Gogh, Melanie?
It's number 5.
Okay, go ahead.
Even in our free time, we do things in a hurry. 20 years ago, when people went to art galleries, they spent 10 seconds looking at each picture. Today, they spend much less time, just 3 seconds.
Okay, thank you very much, Melanie. Great pronunciation. And finally, we have no time to stop. That is going to be number 1. I'm going to ask Cristel to read the paragraph.
People in cities around the world walk 10% more quickly than they did 20 years ago. Singapore and World Business Center is top of the list. ¿Puedes sacar el cursor, por favor, que no veo?
There you go.
For fast walkers.
Okay, thank you very much, Cristel. Okay, guys, so please check your answers before you can register the activity, okay? The next activity is the last that we will develop today in today's class, okay? Because after that, we're gonna have to cover comparative adjective. So that is, I will say, an extensive topic, and we will go past 1 p.m., okay? So the next activity will be the last one. Okay. Now, the next activity is this one right here, right? But please don't go into the activity yet because I need to tell you what is the deal with adjective and adverbs, right? We already checked some adverbs. I'm sorry, some adjective. You told me that an adjective, it's everything that you can use to describe a noun. Big, small, patient, impatient, beautiful, pretty. All of that is an adjective. But we also have adverbs. And right here you have a good example of what is the difference between an adjective and an adverb. Take a look. She is quick, right? I'm describing how she is. She is quick. Now, in the case of the adverb, you have it right here. She walks away quickly. Look that right here I have quick, and right here I have quickly. Now, what is the difference between an adjective and an adverb? So, let's see. Yanela Acosta, can you please read the difference between adverbs and adjectives?
Difference between an adverb and an adjective. Adjective as a part of a speech that modifies nouns, pronouns, and use a phrase in a sentence. Adverbs modify a verb, adjective, or verb, adverb.
Thank you very much, Yanela. So take a look right here. You have basically the same information in both sentences, right? But right here, an adjective, it's being used. Ellie, she is Ellie, this lady right here. Ellie is fluent in French. Ellie is fluent in French. So fluent modifies the proper noun Ellie. I'm referring directly to how is Ellie in French, right? Now, it's kind of different, and even notice that it goes in a different part on the sentences when you use an adverb. Ellie speaks French fluently. So fluently, this adverb modifies this verb, right? I have a verb and I'm describing how the verb is being doing. So notice that right here, I'm describing Ellie, but right here, I'm describing how Ellie speaks. Now, as you probably see, we have fluently, and right here, you have quickly. So notice that most of the adverbs ends with ly. Most, not all of them, but most. Usually, adverbs end in ly. Slow, slowly. Patient, patiently. You also have quick is an adverb. Quickly, I'm sorry, it's an adjective. Quickly is an adverb. Happy is an adjective. Happily is the adverb. But of course, in English, we have some exceptions. The exceptions for these cases are good, fast, and early. So the exceptions apply like this. Look. Go right here. She is a good mother. So right here, I'm using the adjective, right? She's a good mother. But if I want to use good as an adverb, let's say, she dances well. Okay, I know that they are different scenarios, but I want to make sure that you understand. Take a look that right here, we are even using the verb to be. She is a good mother. Let's say that I want to stick with the same example. She is a good dancer, right? In this case, we have the same scenario. Is a good dancer. But right here, I'm describing how she dances. She dances well. I don't say she dances goodly. That doesn't exist. I go with she dances well. Okay? I can say she is fast. She is fast. I'm describing that, you know, she's like turbo. But if I said she runs, I'm describing how she runs. In this case, I'm not going to say fastly, even though this is an adverb, because the exception says that I just go with the same example. Same thing with early. Okay, that is how this adjective and adverbs work. Now, let's do the next activity that is basically related with this. Activity 2A. Activity 2A. Okay, I'm gonna ask to Sebastián Rodriguez, can you please read the instruction of this activity?
Look at the following words from the text. Are they adjectives, adverbs, or both?
Okay, so thank you very much, Sebastián. You will have to decide if in this case, quickly, it is an adjective or an adverb. Remember that since we have some exceptions, like this one right here, there are gonna be scenarios, they can be both, okay? They can be both. So let's have 2 minutes to do this and then we check the answers. Okay, let's check the activity, guys. I do have some volunteers. So, Yael, according to you, quickly is an adjective or an adverb?
Adverbs.
It is an adverb, correct. Thank you very much, Yael. Sebastián Rodriguez, what about fast? Adjective, adverb, or both?
Both.
Both, correct, because this is part of the section, right? Great job, Sebastian. Kenia Miño, what about busy? Busy.
Adjective.
This is an adjective, correct. Remember the pronunciation, busy. Next one, patient. Patient, Juan Cedeño.
Adjective.
Is an adjective, correct. Adjective. Now, we have the next one, Nancy Cruz. What about that?
But is an adjective.
It is an adjective, correct. It's also an adjective. Now, thank you very much, Nancy. Scarlett Takuri. Next one, slowly.
Adverbs.
It is an adverb, correct. Thank you very much, Scarlett. And finally, Sandra Santin.
Adjective.
It is an adjective, correct. Stress. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. Yes.
Una pregunta. En fast son las dos.
Yes.
Adjective and
Both,
verb.
correct. Yes. Look, right here.
Okay, thank you.
Fast, adjective, and adverb. Because there is an exception, right? So the exception of this is that fast is the same for adjective and for adverb. Okay, so because of that, it's both. Now, I do have some time, so I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the next topic, okay? And with that, we are going to be done with this topic. I know that you're familiar with this because, let's be honest, you're on level 3, so probably you have heard about this. We will check about comparative adjective, okay? When we use than. So, I'm going to ask to Maria Llagos, can you please read the definition of comparative adjective? Comparative. Okay, I'm having some issues hearing you, so let's go with Álvaro Lara. Álvaro, can you please read the definition?
Comparative are used when we want to know the difference between two objects.
Correct. Thank you very much, Álvaro. So yes, I mean, whenever we want to do a comparison, we are going to be using this. To be more clear, okay? Monica Ñasco, how old are you? I am 33 years.
Okay.
How old are you?
Oh, yeah, okay. I am 41
Years old. Okay, Monica is 41, you said, right?
Okay.
Years old. Okay, thank you very much, Monica. So right here you have that. Andrea is 33 years old, right? And Monica, it's 41. So if I want to make a comparison between Andrea and Monica, you can say that Andrea is younger than Monica, right? Because I'm 33 and Monica is 41. I can also say, and I can put the things around, I could say Monica is older than Andrea. So this one right here is comparative adjective. I'm comparing two people in this case, but I can also compare to things, to places, to any kind of stuff, okay? As you can see right here, take a look. You have house A and house B, and take a look on the prices. So I can see that house B is cheaper than house A. I could also say that house A is more expensive than house B. Let's see another example. I have two cars, right? A yellow one and a red one, A and B. I can say that car A is bigger than car B. I could also say that car B is shorter than car A. So probably you notice something right here. Take a look that right here we use one object plus verb to be plus the adjective, and this adjective is not normal. We add the ending ER on some cases, plus than, plus object to. So for example, I'm gonna follow this rule and I'm gonna give you an example. Lionel Messi is, look, this is the verb to be. Lionel Messi, not an object, a person. Verb to be is, and I'm going to use the adjective fast, right? But as I told you, I need to add ER. Lionel Messi is faster than, and I'm going to go with object to. Of course, I have to do the comparison with Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know if this is true. I mean, this is only an example, but take a look. Object one, verb to be, the adjective plus the ending ER than Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay? So, when do we follow this pattern? Look, for adjective that only have two syllables or less, we are going to add the ER plus than. Take a look. Draws is easier than chess. A cheetah is faster than a lion. This is the adjective EC. I only add ER. Fast, only one syllable, ER. Fat, I only have one syllable, fatter. Happy, I only have two syllables, ER. Tall, one syllable, ER. So in these situations, we are going to do this. But we have, of course, more rules to follow. Depending on the ending, if we have ending with Y, we are gonna change the Y with an I. Noisy, noisier. Easy, easier. Happy, happier. Busy, busier. Ruidoso, más ruidoso. Fácil, más fácil. Feliz, más feliz. Okay, that is basically the ending ER. But in some cases, when we have two syllables or more, we will have to not use the ending ER, but we will have to use the whole word more. More boring, more difficult, more beautiful, more dangerous, more peaceful, more intelligent. So we don't say intelligenter. That doesn't exist. Esta ER es como una contracción de more. Entonces, cuando tenemos dos sílabas o más, ¿verdad? En los casos de aquí, yo no le pongo ER, but I go with the full word. More intelligent. I don't say expensiver, right? That doesn't exist. I delete this and expensive. And I go with more expensive, okay? So we are gonna stop right here, okay? Vamos a parar ahí. And the only assignment that you will have for tomorrow is this one right here. It's like a really quick activity. Pick the right form. Do not open it yet. No la vayan a abrir todavía si no la van a hacer. So this is the only activity that you will have to do. That is it. Take a look. So you will have to pick the right form. So you will have to choose if life is faster or more faster. Right here, you have the rules, right? But of course, check the exceptions. You have some exceptions. These are the regulars. You don't say gooder, but you say better. You don't say better, you go with worse, far, farther, less, little, less, much more. Okay, this is something, a previous content. Tomorrow, I'm gonna cover additional content. We're gonna do more exercises, but in this way, you can go and move forward so we can catch some of the time that we have been losing, okay? Only this activity, that is it. Any questions?
Esa actividad es para la casa.
Yes, you can do it right now. It won't take you more than 1 minute. Let's say, okay, 5 minutes tops. I'm gonna send it right here. Okay. Okay, any question, guys?
No.
Okay, so if you don't have any further questions, I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will continue working on comparative activity, okay? Have an amazing Saturday. Bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank